Have you ever stopped to think that there are really only two ways to get what you want in life? One is by force, by trying to manipulate, to control, to push things into place. And the other is by allowing, by surrendering, by trusting that there's a greater intelligence at work, one that knows exactly how and when to bring things into your life. When we take the path of control, we exhaust ourselves trying to change the outer world. But when we choose the path of trust, everything begins to flow. Why? Because instead of resisting life, we start dancing with it. Here's a truth we often forget. The more we try to control, the more disconnected we become from the flow of life. It's like swimming upstream. Yes, you might move forward a little, but it comes at a cost. Fatigue, frustration, disappointment. Now think about this. How many times have you tried to force something, a relationship, a job, an outcome, and it just didn't work? Maybe you kept texting someone who wasn't really interested. Maybe you changed parts of yourself to be accepted. Maybe you said yes when your soul was screaming no, all in the name of being loved or chosen. And what happened? In most cases, things fell apart. Why? Because what's forced rarely lasts. When you abandon your essence to be accepted, you lose the very thing that makes connection real: authenticity. The same applies to your dreams, to money, to purpose, to everything. A lot of people believe they have to hustle nonstop to get what they want. They send dozens of resumes, accept low offers, say yes to every opportunity, thinking this is the only way to survive. But what's the cost? Exhaustion, burnout, a constant feeling of never being enough. This is where we need to remember something powerful. We were not created to consciously control everything. We have within us a quiet force, a deep intelligence, always working, always guiding, even when we're not aware of it. It's called the subconscious mind. It controls your breathing, your heartbeat, your digestion, but it does so much more. It holds your beliefs, your emotions, your patterns, and it's deeply connected to the greater intelligence of the universe. Ever had a great idea come to you in the shower? Or solve a problem while walking or resting? That's not coincidence. That's your subconscious mind working behind the scenes, when the noise of your thinking mind quiets down. But here's the issue. Our conscious mind wants to control everything. Have you ever been doing something naturally, drawing, dancing, speaking, and the moment someone watches you, you freeze? That's the conscious mind stepping in, overthinking, judging, and it blocks the flow that was already there. Now here's the beautiful part. You can reprogram your subconscious. You can feed it with new beliefs. Beliefs like, I am worthy. Money flows to me easily. I am loved, safe, and guided. Your subconscious doesn't argue. It doesn't question. It simply accepts and begins to shape your reality around those beliefs. But many of us still try to force life. We chase love. We run after money. We beg for recognition. And we end up feeling drained, depleted, and often empty. When that happens, we tend to blame the world. But what if the real shift needs to happen inside us? What if the world isn't against you, but your own resistance is? There's a quote often attributed to Einstein. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. That's what we do when we live in control mode. We repeat the same patterns and expect life to magically feel better. But it doesn't, because healing starts inside. And here's the thing. Your conscious mind, the part of you trying to solve everything, only sees the past. It tries to make sense of the present based on what went wrong before. But your subconscious, it sees what's still invisible. It connects you with possibilities you can't even imagine. Imagine someone drowning in financial stress. They're overwhelmed, desperate, exhausted. Their conscious mind can't even think straight, and all they see is a locked cage. But the truth is, that cage is paper thin. They could walk out at any time, but they believe they're trapped until something shifts. They let go. They stop pushing. They begin to breathe. And as their inner space clears, opportunities appear. Ideas flow. Solutions arrive. Why? Because when we stop resisting, we allow the universe to work. This is why your subconscious mind is not just powerful, it's sacred. It's the bridge between you and the divine. Whether you call it God, the universe, infinite intelligence, it's all the same source. And it's waiting to move through you once you let go. So how do you begin? Start simple. Don't try to fix your whole life in one day. Start by affirming what you want to experience, not as a wish, but as a present truth. Instead of saying, I want abundance, say, I am living in abundance. Instead of, I hope to be happy, say, I am at peace now. Feel it, live it, believe it, and then let go. You don't need to know how. That's not your job. That's the universe's job. Your job is to choose the experience, to align your inner world with what you desire. And trust, you can even practice with small things. Start conversation, and trust your word will flow. Ask for a little surprise in your day, a kind message, a free coffee, a smile from a stranger. And when those small miracles show up, as they will, your trust will grow. Let me tell you a story. There was someone who craved one thing more than anything: freedom. But they spent years trying to control everything: their work, their relationships, their future. And nothing worked. Everything felt heavy, confusing, hopeless. One day, this person decided to let go. Just a little. They let their higher self choose what to eat, what to say, how to act. They stopped overthinking every move. And slowly, everything changed. Without even trying, their life became freer, more peaceful, more magical. The freedom they had dreamed of, the one they thought would never come, arrived. Not through control, but through surrender. And now, I invite you to try the same. Start small. Let your higher self lead, even in the tiniest decisions. Affirm what you want. Feel it. Release it. And then watch what happens. Because when you stop trying to control every step, life begins to guide you toward everything you've ever wanted. Final thought. When you stop controlling everything, life begins to conspire in your favor. If this message spoke to your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share and subscribe to The Healing Vibe, where your journey back to inner peace and true power continues. Because healing starts within, and your light is meant to shine.